Hi guys, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel, and today is another Top 5 Tuesday. But this Top 5 Tuesday is going to be a little bit more serious than the previous ones because I'm going to be talking about a subject that's very personal to me, as I'm sure it is to a lot of you watching this video, and it's going to be all about mental health and how reading has really helped me with my mental health and the things that I have struggled with over the last few years. So I'm going to be talking about the 5 things that I have recognised that reading has given me over the last couple of years and how that has helped me improve my well-being and my social skills, all of that. These are the 2 books that really kick-started off my reading journey and has got me to where I am today. So the first one is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn, and this was a book that I picked up at university during very, very stressful times. I was coming towards the end of my second year. I was very homesick. I felt very isolated and I was bogged down with all the work that I had to do, and this book was a great way for me to kind of forget about all of that and just kind of enjoy my spare time for a little bit without having to worry about coursework and deadlines. And then the second book is Missing Presumed by Susie Steiner, and this is another thriller, and I picked this up at the start of 2018. It was the first book I read that year, and I'd just gone through a very stressful house move. And there was a lot of other things happening in my life at the time. So again, this was another way for me to kind of forget about all of that for a period of time. And so that leads me into the first reason, or the number 5, if you'd like, of ways that reading has helped my mental health, and that is escapism. And I'm sure that is true for a lot of you guys, that we all read to kind of escape our own realities. I know that I certainly do, and reading books has really helped me de-stress and forget about my own worries for a little bit and just get immersed in a completely different world where my problems don't exist. It really helps me unwind, get out of work mode, stop thinking about whatever went wrong, or how busy it had been or how tired I am. And it's also nice to do the same before work, because then I'm not stressing so much about all the things that I have to do. I'm not constantly thinking about it. I never feel lonely when I've got a book in my hand. I always feel quite comforted in the fact that I've got all of these characters to connect to and this world to get to know. But I don't treat reading as a distraction. I just kind of take an hour and I just lock myself away and read, and then when I come back to whatever I'm trying to solve or whatever I'm going through, I feel a little bit more refreshed. I can look at it with fresh eyes and kind of soldier on through it. So the next thing that reading has helped me with over the last few years is being able to have empathy for other people. You wouldn't really believe that reading could give you that kind of empathy and understanding for other people, but when you think about all of the characters that you read about and the situations that they go through and the emotions that you feel, you really get an understanding of how people could react to certain situations, no matter how far-fetched they might be or how mundane they might be. You can kind of gauge how people might react to something. That's really helped in my real life. It's really helped with understanding how my family members or my friends might be feeling over something, or how customers at work might be feeling, and it's given me the ability to just empathise with them a little bit more and just be a little bit nicer about the situation, and to care less about myself and to care more about them as well. I've definitely noticed that change in me, which has been really nice as well, because I have felt a whole lot better about the fact that I am taking a lot more time for other people and to try and help them and to understand them. Socializing as well is another thing that reading has given me, and that has really helped me get into a better headspace, because I have noticed over the last few years that I have kind of withdrawn from the real world. That's just because my head's not been in the right place to have those, social interactions, and I've just kind of fallen into that habit. But ever since I've started reading, I've found my voice a little bit, and I've been able to connect with people and talk to them about things I like books. And so, I started my Bookstagram back in January, and that was the first time that I really started to connect with people about this subject. And I wouldn't say I've made any solid friends on that platform, but we all get on, we have nice conversations and discussions about books we like, we have debates about authors that we might like or don't like, particular genres, and it's been really fun, and it's been really nice to come on here as well and see everybody's comments and respond to people and try and get some, online relationships going. And it is a slow process for me because I am naturally introverted and I'm quite shy, and I do worry about what people think of me. But it's a learning process, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, which leads me on to my next thing, and that is that reading has helped me find my passion as well and my creativity. And I've always been a creative person anyway. I studied photography and video at university, and I've always wanted to be a photographer and a content maker. And that's kind of what I'm doing now, because with my Bookstagram I'm taking photos for that, and I'm making videos for you guys to watch on here. And so reading has kind of pushed me back into that world of creating stuff and playing around and experimenting, and I'm really, really enjoying it. I actually have hobbies now, and I have things that I want to continue doing for the foreseeable future, and that's great because I never had that. I never really knew what I wanted to do. I never really felt like I could do anything, and now I am making videos on BookTube. I have read more in the last 2 years than I have ever read in my life, probably. And I feel good about it. It's been really good for my head because I feel like I haven't wasted any of my days. I feel like I'm working towards the goals that I want to achieve in my life, and I'm having fun with it. And that's the most important thing. And that leads me on to the last point, which I think is really, really important, and that is that reading has helped me enjoy my life again. And I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy my life before I started reading, because I honestly did, and I had some fantastic moments years and years ago that I treasure and were the best days of my life, and look back on them really fondly and think, wow, that was a fun time. But when I went through very stressful times at university, when I struggled with anxiety and felt very low and was very, very stressed, I felt like, this was how my life was going to be for the rest of my life, and that I was never going to be happier than what I was back then. But reading has given me a lot of enjoyment, and I've been on so many different adventures with all sorts of different people, and I love it. I have had so much fun reading every book. Even the bad books I've enjoyed to an extent, because I've learned something new. I've learned that I don't particularly like that genre, or I don't like that character, or I don't like that writer, and that's ultimately going to make my reading experience better. But being able to say, I'm looking forward to that book coming out next year, or I'm looking forward to reading this with someone, or, I'm looking forward to telling the world about this book that I just read. And then everything else as well that's, making me excited for life on top of that has been really, really great, and it's really nice to feel that again. And I hope that that is how you guys feel as well. What I'm basically trying to say is that reading has just brought the enjoyment back into my everyday life as much as it can do. And you know, that's made me much more of a happier person, and at work I'm a lot more happier and positive, and I have a better outlook on things because I've actually spent some time doing something that I actually want to do, that I like doing, and that makes me feel a lot more refreshed and a lot more ready to tackle whatever comes next in the day. And I think that's the same for everyone watching this video. I hope it is. Anyway, yeah, this video was very rambly and I don't even know if I made sense, but we'll find out when I edit this. Reading is really important to my mental health, and I think that it might be important to your mental health as well. I definitely have noticed the benefits with reading for me over the last 2 years, and I know that it is becoming more of a thing for people to read and use that as a form of therapy. I was reading about the term bibliotherapy, which I think is absolutely amazing, and it makes me so happy that people are turning to books and using them as a way of coping with whatever they are going through at the time. I would definitely recommend reading because it's very cathartic and you can feel a lot of emotions all at once, and you can also learn something from books and, you know, have a great time reading them as well. That's the most important thing. That's what they're designed for. Anyway, I apologise if this video was very long. If you feel the same, I would absolutely love to hear your experiences with reading and how that has helped your mental health and your well-being. If there are any other benefits that you have noticed that I haven't touched upon in this video, and I am sure that there are because reading helps people in so many different ways, leave them down in the comments below as well, because I would love to know about them, and maybe this is something that we can all talk about a little bit more together in the future. As always, please like this video, please subscribe to my channel, check out all of my social media. I will link them down in the description below for you guys. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye guys.